Everybody here, frequently. Yes, Chris, that is. Are you passing them out? Because I unfortunately do not have any of those on hand to be giving out. One size fits all. Nick F. Grandma Clay is still learning how to use Twitter. This is correct, Nick. I am still learning how to use Twitter. I'm following people back. I'm retweeting stuff. I'm doing what I can out there. How you late to your own live stream, bro? Wilma, 3:30 start time. Come on now, it's not late. 3:30 start time. We are right on time at 3:30. Thank you for being here before me. Technically, you may not have been though, because I was here waiting, right? Chill. You say I am here, Austin. Yeah. What did you guys think that it was gonna happen after 3:30? Didn't it say that it was happening at 3:30? Come on now. Pretty sure we know by now. Giving me an advertising ticks. Well, hey, at least thank you for sitting through that. Now you no longer have to sit through it. Nicholas texts me in the middle of this when he's right here. I don't know what that says, Nick, but thank you, because my phone vibrated and now we are going silent on the phone, so that's good. Silverback Clay, that's not what they call me, but thank you very much for calling me that. Make the bread. Let's make the bread. Let's do it. Let's everybody gets bread today because we're in the green. So you are all making bread right now. Yeah, Chris, I don't know. Clay bro, what's up? M James, how are you doing? It doesn't start with an S though. I swear I missed something, guys. What up, Clay bro? What's up, Mikey? Man, I don't know why my phone is always so dark, especially at the beginning of these things. Maybe my eyes just adjust. I have no idea. With the after hours rise we saw yesterday, not really worried about what we close at. Thoughts? Oh, look, after hours rise yesterday was excellent. I'm still glad we're closing in the green right there. Every day we move closer to this during normal hours, it's an excellent day. It's just gonna. I hope it pops. I hope it pops. But look, we need to break through this 1450 during normal hours, and we need to sustain that level of 1450. Buy a real computer, Greg. I should buy a computer sometime soon, but guess what? I don't have one yet, so we work with what we got, right? And we got a phone, so we work with a phone. Let's go, Tom. Yes, that's what I like to see. Let's go, Tom. Let's go. 8th green day in a row. Isn't that a thing of beauty? I mean, think about it. 8 days that we made money. 8 days that they lost money. He needs to squeeze first. That is correct, Nick. I need to squeeze first before we can buy a computer. So let's go, guys. We need the squeeze to happen soon. Claybro needs a computer, and I need it now, because apparently you guys don't like when I use my phone. Definitely not today, unfortunately. Ian, unless we get something crazy happening after hours. Claybro, JT Wisco, what is up, JT? Even super chatted for you. Yes, you did. We'll see it later, I'm sure. M James, just now, not now, right? Added 300 today. Very nice. Always add, guys. That's what I love to see. People adding to their portfolios, whether in increments like 300 or in increments like 3. Either way, we build our positions, and then it gets better from there. Great to see you live, bro. Thank you, MM12. Good name. You might want to shorten it a little bit, or I might just say MM. Twitty man, first ad tweet ever. You should feel special. Wilma, when did you do that? Like just now? Or before that? Because I did not see it if you did it before the live stream. If it's your first at tweet ever and you tweeted the wrong Clay bro, that's funny. You look like you showered today. Good. Because I did shower today, so I'm glad I looked like that. M. James, here you go, Clay bro. I was talking about earlier. Thank you very much, M. James. I appreciate the super chat. Maybe we can get a new computer sooner than expected, right? Feeling bullish as ever with 007 passing. Guys, we should all feel bullish at these levels. 8 green days in a row. The hedge funds are losing as much money as possible. And this is just, it's all good news recently. It's been almost 2 full weeks of nothing but good news, and I love it. Big boys are ending their live channels early because they... There's no way that's possible. Yeah, there's no way that's possible. They're probably going to go on until 5 because they're like, well, he normally goes on until 5, so we can hang out until 5. Superchat 29 donate to. Thank you, Vigilante. Thank you very much. Sold all my stocks to buy AMC Walkers. That means you are 100% invested in AMC right now. Risky doing that. It's absolutely risky, but the payout could be amazing. Made friends with Claybro on Twitter. He has no clue what's happening. Blackjack. I have no idea what's happening on Twitter. Trust me. Unless you're talking about a different Claybro, he may also have no idea what's happening on Twitter. Do I hold the largest super chat? Vigilante, I would imagine so, because nobody has beaten it since that day. So yes. Yes, you do, because nobody's come close since that day. The other Claybro. Yeah, you must have no idea what's going on. But I'm glad you made friends. He sounds like a good guy. He's got a good name. I appreciate that. You should tell him. You should tell him he's got a good name. Belfort. I did not see. What did he say, M. James? What did he have to say? Connor, what's up, my dude? How are you doing? Who has that Claybro to give you his Twitter name? I should. Just drop the 883. Like, dude, can I have the OG Claybro? Just, please, so people don't get confused here. Lots and lots of fun out there trying to sway us. Don't fall for it. Gary D. There is a lot of fun out there, man. I've seen a lot of articles. Like, it's kind of ridiculous, guys, because I was thinking about it. I was talking to my dad earlier today, and it's very simple. And I think I'm going to make a quick video on it, maybe today or tomorrow. But it's very simple. He goes, Clay, do you think that AMC is actually going to squeeze? And the answer is as simple as this. If everybody just says what they say they're going to do, then it will absolutely squeeze. If all of these kids out there buy an AMC, just hold the stock, it will squeeze. It's as simple as that. I mean, that's what a short squeeze is. And guys, I believe that all of you, I believe that I can hold AMC, and nobody's doing anything different than we're doing right now. So yes, if everybody just does what they say they're going to do, then absolutely. Now, as far as how high it can go and all of that and how many people are going to be tempted, who knows? But if everybody just does what they say they're going to do, then yes. Dude, it's going to be insane. I mean, that's the beauty of it, right? It's so simple. That's what makes it so sweet. Strong opinion there. I don't really like him either, but I welcome whales into the buying pressure. I missed whatever that one was. I don't know who we're talking about there. Robinhood IPO depends on AMC short squeeze. Yeah, I don't think Robinhood's going to be doing very well in their IPO. But that's just me. Oh, I didn't see what he tweeted, guys. So that must be what I missed. Can't wait to see those 7,000% gains. Austin, isn't that like amazing? Isn't that amazing to think about? Whether it's 7,000%, 700%, or 70,000%, it's going to be incredible. Said about AMC after trolling Trey. I don't think he was trolling Trey too much on his channel. I watched that entire interview. I think he had I believe that Jordan had a very money manager, kind of high level, what you would expect some financial advisor to say about AMC. Yeah, I think that Trey ended up having to pay him to be on his channel, which I don't think was cool. But I think that he had a very politically correct money manager type of answer around everything that he kind of came up with during that interview. So, yeah, dude, it's almost like if you go to a college class on finance, you would expect your professor to say what Belfort was saying during that. Some of yesterday's after-hour price action breakdown. It was a thing of beauty, wasn't it? It was a thing of beauty. Testing that resistance after hours. We need to do that during hours. We need to do that during the normal trading day. I 100% agree with that. That was Vigilante that said that. Yeah, he absolutely did do that. And I don't know why. Maybe he didn't want to get involved with what was going on or whatever. And look, clearly, guys, at the end of the day, he knows that it's a popular subject. He knows that Trades has a ton of subscribers. You get on a channel like that, you gain subscribers. The subscribers follow you. It's worth something in an aspect that now whatever he tweets out or now whatever he does, people are going to be seeing that too. So, yeah, maybe he had his intentions of going on there and not necessarily promoting AMC or whatever, but hey, it happens and he did it. Now it's over. Yo, what's up, Luca? Yo, yes, breakdown. You. Where do you want to see daily volume at for the squeeze? Gary, you may or may not agree with. Like, if you're talking pre-squeeze, I don't really care. During the squeeze, I want to see volume at zero. I want to see literally nobody trading the stock. I know it's not going to happen, but I want to see volume at zero. Clay, did you see Lou versus Wall Street? His channel is great. I think he's the best. Lou, I've seen some of his videos. Yes, those are not the type of videos that I would ever post on my channel. You're never going to see me talking like that. I believe that he appeals to a very large crowd. Yes, but I don't know, man. At the end of the day, those are his types of videos. I can't do those types of videos. So, I don't want to get too much into it because he says a lot of stuff that I disagree with, but I'm sure I say a lot of stuff that he disagrees with too. But dude, you know, the crowd that follows him, he definitely has a way with the crowd that follows him. I just know that you're not going to see that type of content on my channel. If my mom can't watch it, I'm not going to be posting it. Blink if you agree. I did not see. No, man. No, I don't care what anybody is. Look, as long as nobody's out there, like, saying that the squeeze is not going to happen or the squeeze doesn't exist or anything kind of ridiculous like that. Because like I said at the beginning, dude, of course I got to blink at some point. But, yes, he's a very animated character. And look, it makes for great YouTube videos. There's a crowd of people who I know he's reaching. I mean, he knows his target audience. He's reaching a lot of people who want to see that type of entertainment factor or get into stuff like that. So, yeah, he's absolutely killing it in that regard. But, yeah, dude, if I can't show my mom the video, we're not going to be posting it on here. Trying as hard as they possibly can. It will make the victory so much sweeter. Oh, yeah, Austin. They are trying very, very hard. And I looked, a lot of people were asking me at the end of the live stream yesterday about the 13F filing with the Citadel filed and their holdings on AMC. So I looked over that a lot today. Vigilante, I didn't get a chance to look at all the stuff you were saying, that you were showing me, but I did look a lot at the 13F filing that Citadel had. So I'll probably make a video later on that, because I kind of expected some more people to be asking me about it in the live stream today, so I wanted to take a real good look at it today and kind of see what was going on with it. Vigilante, yeah, I think we should probably do that. That would be good. What's up, Clay, bro? What's up, hands down? How you doing, man? Citadel buying stocks, how will that affect us? Angelo, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Look, hedge funds are they do that exactly, all right? Hedging your position means just that. At the core of a hedge fund, that's what it is. You play it to the upside and you play it to the downside. Now, I don't necessarily see too much of a point in it at a certain aspect, right? If you're over leveraged in one direction, then you might as well just be playing that one direction and free up all the other capital. All right, that's my opinion on hedging. But that's what hedging means: playing it to the upside, playing it to the downside, playing both long and short. So that's what they're doing. It's fine. They are still over leveraged to the downside before you even add in their short positions. So that's what we really need to focus on. And that's going to be the topic of my video, unless something else drastic comes up today they're going to be talking about. Because a lot of people seem to be pretty worried about the 13F, but it's not something that we should be worried about at all. Stick to feeding the ducks or the geese. What will happen if they get margin call before the shares are counted? Kyle, I wouldn't put too much... Oh, man, what's the word? Okay, I'll just use... I don't know. I wouldn't put too much weight or confidence in the share count, right? Because when they bring in these votes and when they count all the votes up, only shares on record will have the vote. And phantom shares are not shares on record. You and I technically don't own. We're technically not shareholders on record. I can say that about me. I can't say that about you, because I don't know if you have your shares on record directly with AMC. I would assume that you have them through a broker. But whoever has the shares on record, and in the majority of cases, that's the broker that you're using. And then you're what's called a street name shareholder, and you get the proxy vote. So if people think that by counting all these votes up, we're going to see a lot of new shares because of all the phantom shares out there, it's not going to be the case. I wouldn't put too much. Why can't I think of the word for that? I wouldn't put too much weight on that. Nobody's getting annoyed at this. It won't get rich quick. It will moon, but you have to hold. Night, exactly. It could happen quick, right? If you're new to the thing, it could happen any single day. It really could happen any single day. But the thing is, all you got to do, man, and I told the guys earlier, I was explaining it to my dad. All you got to do is hold the stock, and it's it. Like, that's it. My family wants me to share my money. They never believe me. Here's Lou. Lou, if you got hundreds of millions of dollars and they need some help doing something, family's family, man. Don't nobody needs a handout. That's a fact, but never turn your back on family if you can. Let's get it higher. Buying a house is expensive. Savvy, yeah, I think we're all gonna need, like, even if AMC goes to $100,000 a share, I think we're all gonna need 1,000 shares just to buy a house here pretty soon. So I would agree with that one. We need to hold out as long as possible if we want to buy a house, right? Short the Robinhood IPO. I've seen a lot of people saying that shorting's risky, guys. Shorting's risky. It really is. What's the significance of the 19th? Connor, the 19th. You talking about tomorrow? I wouldn't know. Finish above 14 today? Yeah, we're going to finish above 14 today. I'm confident that we're going to finish above 14. All right, what does this say? 19th day they're supposed to return. All failed to deliver. Oh, gotcha. Okay, Vigilante. Okay. I didn't see that. Well, look, here's the thing with that, guys. Technically, and I know you watched one of the last 3 videos I did on failed to delivers. If everybody's following the rules, then, yeah, failed to delivers have to be taken care of 2 days after they were failed to deliver, right? That's if everybody's following the rules. Now, I don't know how many shares outstanding there were that were actually failed to deliver and have yet to be rectified or anything like that. So if that's the case, and what's going to happen, is it tomorrow? Is that May 19th? Is that what you guys are talking about? Is it correct, Vigilante, correct. This is if they play by the rules, you know. And I tend to lean that direction because it's very difficult to determine who's not playing by the rules and speculate on different numbers that nobody can confirm and stuff like that. So that's why I tend to lean in the direction of at least putting it in the way that this is what happens if they play by the rules. Now, if they don't, it's a different ballpark. David Henry, honestly, I have no idea. I didn't see anything about that rule passing today. 07, I did not see that. Vigilante, was that in something that you sent me, man? Because if it was, I spent the majority of the day checking out all Citadel's positions and looking over like how weighted they were to the downside and all their calls and puts and how many shares of AMC they were holding and all that. Shoot, I'm 100% on the up and up. Yeah, Ricky, we might be, but everybody else, we don't know. Anyone seen the article comparing AMC investing to a horror movie? What FUD? No, I didn't see that. Somebody sent me one about that Market Watch had out earlier, but I think they were saying that Market Watch had a good article today, but they had like a bad article last week or something. That's what you're going to see. Everybody's going to be posting articles about AMC because they want the exposure. They know how many people are looking things up right now, and they want you to see the name of their company. They want that so bad, whether they post good news or bad news. They want that. All right, Vigilante, BRB, no problem. True about Lou Mouth. Well, that's it. I just pay attention to the information, not his personality. But I can't show moms either. Yeah, invest with a purpose. That's right. You don't watch unless you got headphones in or something. Don't watch that movie or don't watch that video around mom. And you got kids around the house. Don't pull up Lou's video unless you got headphones in. But yeah, I don't know. He's killing it on the videos. He's definitely got a crowd for him, and it's pretty good. Could you explain what happened yesterday in the after hours? Price started to rise and reached about 15. How in manipulation? Look, Omar, yeah, yesterday, after hours, we saw some great price action, and it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Now, if we go out and we try to determine who was buying shares or who was selling shares and all that, we can't figure that out. But what we can figure out is that it worked exactly according to plan. When a stock breaks through resistance like that, that is what you will see. It will shoot up, and it leaves that level of resistance behind. Unfortunately, we opened back up below that level of resistance, and now we're trading around 1390, just like yesterday's close. So it looks like we got a pretty good doji candle forming. I don't know if all of you guys out there know too much about candlesticks, but a doji candle is when the wick and the tail, and then you got a wick and a tail, and then you've got the close price almost dead on from the open price. But we went above 1450. Montre, we absolutely did. We went above 1450 after hours, but then trading right now, it came right back down and opened up below that 1450 level. So like I say, yes, it's unfortunate that we did that. And here's the significance of the doji candle, okay? If you guys don't know too much about them, we got a almost perfect doji that we're looking at right now. If you guys want to pull up the chart and look at it, you can. But it's when you've got a wick, you've got a tail, and then the price is almost dead center on the open. This means that we could be experiencing tomorrow, and candlesticks are a good indicator of what could be coming, but they're never dead on, right? So you can't take anything in trading as like gospel or this is going to happen tomorrow based on this, because nobody can predict the future. But candlesticks are an excellent indicator of sentiment, right? You can see that the bulls and the bears fought it out, and typically it signifies a turning point. So, if you trade candlesticks, if you're a technical trader like that, and you see that tomorrow could be a down day based on that candlestick right there. It doesn't mean that it is by any means, but there will be a lot of people who are looking at that doji candle, and if they strictly follow technical patterns, they're going to be thinking that tomorrow could be a down day, and they could be ready to protect some of the profits that they have. Going below 14 now, Big Dog Stocks. What's going on, Big Dog? How are you doing? Hey, Big Dog's got a good channel, guys. Make sure to check him out later if you haven't checked him out already. Yeah, 1391 right now, down just a little bit. I'm not too concerned about this. We still got, 10 minutes until the close, 8 minutes. Hey, bro, what's up? New shares obtained today, up to 3,200. Space Nuke. Yes, Space Nuke. Let's make that last minute push. Dean, let's do it. Let's do it. I want that last minute push right above 14. That's what I want to see. Stream every day this time. Yes, Kyle, I stream every day, typically from about 3:30 to roughly 5. We went longer yesterday. It was an excellent live stream after hours yesterday. A lot of people showed up. But as you can tell, there's some pretty big names on YouTube that stream market open to market close. And I guess everybody pops in here after they get off those guys. So Clay got something hot dropping tomorrow. Stay tuned. Very nice, Big Dog. I love it. Why doesn't AMC have the recount sooner? Sunshine, a lot of people are wondering about that. Somebody explained to me briefly in like a 2-sentence comment so that I can read it and it doesn't disappear on the screen. What are you guys expecting from the share recount? Because I believe that there might be a lot of misinformation or a lot of misunderstanding surrounding the shareholder, like the record date and all of that. So if somebody could give me an easy, you should try bell to bell. Xavier, I could do bell to bell, but here's the thing with that. I don't want to say that I talk a lot more. I try to focus a lot more on the comments and interacting with people. And, if you've got questions, answering questions and doing it more of a personal type deal, it's very difficult to keep the voice going. Yesterday was a 4-hour live stream. I had to take a cough drop after that. That was killing my voice. Don't do bell to bell. Dean, it would be difficult. I think I could do it, but I would need a little bit of a break, I think. Everybody Fatima, if everybody just buys one more share, everybody buys a share a week, buys a share a day, they're going to add up. And man, I want to see everybody do as well as possible. There's Andrea. That's a lot of shares. You got to use commas. That's a lot of commas. I can't even read that number. That sounds like a good video. What, the Space Nuke? Talking about the share recount or what? Make sure to hit that like button. Guys, and I will tell you now, if I miss a comment, I'm very sorry. Please don't be afraid to copy and paste it again. It's just difficult to get to them all. Stuck in Robinhood, you might squeeze. I don't think you're stuck on Robinhood at this point. Look, we got the doji today. We tested that level of resistance. We've got the doji, and I don't want to say unfortunately this means we're going back down, but technical patterns would say that we're going to have a down day tomorrow. But that does not mean that share counts. I've talked about share counts before. What up, Jeremy? How you doing? But what I want to know is if anybody could briefly explain what you expect to happen during the share count. I think I could make a better video to address that. Makes hedge funds, other two, but let's focus on this. Hold a much larger amount of capital, not to get margin call. My speculation due to the... Okay, yeah. Vigilante. I saw something about that. Is that the one that requires them to hold 250,000 instead of 10,000? Tell me that. New subscriber here. Thank you very much, Ajit. Thank you very much for hitting that subscribe button. And look, guys, if you are new to the channel and you click subscribe and you want a little shout out and you let me know that you subscribed and you're new, I will try my best to just shout you out real quick and do that too if I can catch your comment. Absolutely. Robinhood regulated under scrutiny the last time. Same one. Hey, Tom, I would hope to agree with that. I believe that Robinhood is under a lot of scrutiny right now. And, yeah, I think that they're going to have to be very careful. There's no other way to put that. They're going to have to be very careful with what they do. Way too many eyes on them. Ricky, yeah. You know, if they do something, they're definitely going to try and blame it on helping the retail investor like they did last time. Downplaying liquidity. You're saying that they don't have the liquidity to make these trades, so they had to cancel the purchase orders and all of that stuff. So they're going to make it sound good, but I believe that they've got a lot of people watching them very closely. Hope Robinhood lets you sell. Listen, guys, I think they will, but if you have that concern, then I would say get a different broker. Don't be scared about your broker. If you feel that way about Webull, you know, go to a different broker. It doesn't matter. I use Webull. I don't feel that way about Webull, but please don't be scared to keep your money in a brokerage account. I don't think it was a 250K thing. Nothing that I saw in the filing, but I skimmed it. Okay, Vigilante. I might be talking about a different one then. I was reading something through the NSCC that was talking about that, but I was reading something a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, about that, and I didn't know if that was what just passed now. I feel it would clarify how much synthetic versus real shares we have to potentially force a margin call. Sunshine, here's the thing. Is that what everybody thinks about the vote? Because the only people who get to vote are shareholders on record. And no phantom share is a shareholder on record. So maybe that's the thing that I could explain in the video. Only shareholders on record have a vote, and there's not a single phantom share on record. So if that's the case, if they're going to be counting votes that come in, that won't indicate any phantom shares at all. Now, if there was something else, like if there's another aspect to it that I'm overlooking or whatever, I hope somebody would know and they would be able to tell me so that I could address that in a video. Because I think that that's important. I think a lot of people, for one reason or another, think that phantom shares are going to be voting, and then they're going to count the total votes that come in, and the total votes that come in are going to be 493 million. It's going to be all the shareholders on record. Socrates sounds like a broken record. I did not see what they were saying. What's a phantom share? Jeremy, phantom share is it's something that's created from a fail to deliver or fail to receive. It's basically a share that doesn't exist. Almost, you can think of it like an IOU, okay? They sell you a share, but they've yet to actually give you that share. So you have it in your account, but they haven't gone out and bought it yet. They haven't gone out and actually acquired that share to give you. I'm invisible. You are not invisible. If Robinhood pulled shenanigans again during the squeeze, do you think it will apply to trading options? Socrates, yeah, I think if Robinhood pulls shenanigans again, I think it's going to apply to everything. And they're just going to say that they're the good guys trying to make sure that you keep your money. Hello, Clay. How are you doing? Graciela, I'm doing good. How are you doing, Graciela? I'm not sure you were here yesterday, were you? I should put a bro sticker on the bottom of this bottle so you guys can see it when I take a drink, too. I think that would be good. When they do share count, that's just the way publicly put hedge funds that are shorting out on blast, right? Austin, I must be missing the link where that's going to expose anything. If somebody can allow me, if somebody can explain to me if I'm missing something there on how that would take place, I would absolutely love that, because it would help me better explain, I guess, or better articulate to you guys what I believe to be happening here. I was asleep. No, Gracie Ellen, no, don't be sleeping. 1402, guys. Yes, 1402 close price. We beat that $14 mark. That's what I love to see. That's perfect. When's merch coming out? Guys, I hope that we are on target for a May 26th launch for bro shirts and bro merch and everything else. We're going to be doing a I don't want to say very big giveaway, but there will be several giveaways during the May 26th live stream. That is my birthday. We're going to have an excellent time. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to be giving a lot of stuff away. So hopefully everybody can come to that and get a chance to get a free bro shirt or something else. Yeah, Vigilante. Hopefully you can win one, because it's going to be a lot of fun, man. We're going to be doing a lot of giveaways. I'm not talking like we're giving one shirt away or anything like that. We're going to have a good live stream on May 26th. Some Hands Down Clothing Co. shirts. Nick, I don't know if Hands Down Clothing Co. is going to be able to make any for May 26th or not, but we're going to have some merchandise available to be given away on that day, and then hopefully we got everything set up that people can make purchases too if they want, or just grab one. I'll buy one. Hey, there you go. If you don't win one, Vigilante, then you can buy one. It's perfect. AMC Vigilante Special Edition run. Maybe just for you, Vigilante. We'll have to see. We're not doing many number guesses, bro. I can't handle it again. Nick, your game's going to have to be on, man. You're going to have to open up a spreadsheet or something and keep track of that. It's closing to 14. Good news. Montre, thank you very much for the super chat, Montre. I appreciate that. 14 is very good news. Yes. Why is it good news? We closed it was a green doji, right? We closed slightly above yesterday's close. We're still chugging higher. We're still on target at this point. Since we did close a little bit higher, we are still on target to test that 1450 level again tomorrow. I mean, potentially after hours. We could try to break through it after hours again like we did yesterday, but it's going to be, we're still on target for regular trading hours, testing that level at 1450 tomorrow, and it's going to be good. Anything green is great news, Vigilante. Absolutely. That means we make money and they lose money. Do you believe there's a 100K floor or 500K? Velocity. I believe that is going to be, Vigilante is a strong advocate of 100K. I believe that 100K is going to be very difficult, but it is possible, but it's going to be very, very difficult to watch. Because here's the deal. Bottom line. If we do not sell 87 million shares to the hedge funds, what's up, Aurora? What's up, Clay? What's up, Joe? If we do not sell 87 million shares to the hedge funds at a price less than $100,000 a share, then absolutely we hit it. It's as simple as that. If we can hold out and not sell them 87 million shares, then we hit it. 8 green days in a row, El Campo. Yes. 8 days that we made money, 8 days that they've lost money. Hands down. Maybe you can explain to me what they're saying about that, because that's what I keep reading from everybody. But I think there must be some sort of misunderstanding or misinformation somewhere, thinking that shareholders on record are not the only ones with votes, because only shareholders on record have votes. So if like, that's the part I need connected. If somebody can explain that part to me, where they think that shareholders on record are not the only people that have votes, that would be, it would make me able to explain it much easier. Sean, thank you very much for the super chat. Let's see what Sean's got to say. Question about options. I made a mistake while playing around. Bought one open sell at 81 for 15.5. What does this mean? What happens now? It was an accident. All right, let's see. So you bought it at 81 cents for $15. I assume Was it, do you know, hey, Sean, do you know if it was a call or put? I mean, we can go over both. I assume that that was probably a call, and it was probably a call. Yeah, it looks like it was probably a call, and I don't know the expiration date on that, but it was probably pretty close at that 81-cent line. Sounds like a call. 15 for Friday. Okay, so that's going to be difficult. Sean, 15.50 call for Friday at 81 cents. That means that you paid 81 cents times. It means you paid $81 for that call option. And what you're saying is, and this is going to be difficult in my opinion, but hey, if we break through this 14.50, I think you're right there. All right, so I think it's a decent chance of this happening if we can break through this 14.50 either after hours or regular trading tomorrow. So listen, here's what that means. If at any point during, well, now until Friday's close, if at any point the stock price of AMC goes above 15.50, your call option is going to be in the money. All right, and that gives you the option to do one of two things. You can sell that call option for profit. It'll list your profit in your broker, and you'll be able to sell that option for profit. Or you can go ahead and call those shares away from the seller of that call option. So if you bought one contract, you would be able to buy 100 shares from whoever sold it to you at $15.50 per share. So let's say that AMC shoots up to $30 Friday. All right, your call option is not expired yet. You've still got it. You've got one of two decisions to make. You can either sell your call option for a profit, and it'll be listed. I don't have an options calculator here, so I can't go in and tell you how much that'll be. But you can either sell that call option for a profit, or you can say, well, I want to add 100 shares of AMC to my portfolio, and I can buy those at $15.50 a share, and then you can add those shares to your portfolio at $15.50, and then you're gonna have an extra 100 shares of AMC in your portfolio. So that'll give you the two options. Worst case scenario, it expires out of the money, which means that AMC does not go above $15.50 the rest of the week, and AMC does not close above $15.50, at all. Like, it doesn't reach that level at all, so you never have the opportunity to take profit. And in that case, it expires worthless, and you lost the $81 premium. Who are the shareholders off the record? You mean like Ape Family? The shareholders off the record would be you and I. We're street name shareholders. All right, that's a good question. Shareholders on the record are typically brokers, institutions, anyone who has their shares directly registered with AMC. You and I, we're registered with the brokers. So that's why we get a proxy vote. What the broker does in that instance is say the broker, let's say it's Webull. Webull owns, 10 million shares of AMC directly registered with AMC. We buy those shares from Webull, and then Webull says, okay, well, Clay owns X shares, we'll give him X votes. Vigilante owns X shares, we'll give him X votes. And then we send all those votes back to Webull, and then Webull sends in all of our votes accordingly directly to AMC. So that's how you and I and most shareholders work. There's only a third type of shareholder, and that's if you own a physical certificate of AMC stock. And you could do that if you want, right? If we own our shares through Webull, we can apply to have physical shares of AMC stock sent to us. And then we hold the actual certificate. You can do that if you would like. Another green day is a great day. Matt R. Absolutely. Every green day is a great day. Or tell him he can sell right now for $65 and basically lose $16. That's what he paid for it. Correct. JBL. That's another thing you could do. Like, if you saw that your option is losing money right now and you wanted to get rid of it, I don't know if it's $65. I'm sorry if I missed that, chat. But yeah, if it's saying your option is worth $65 right now, then yes, you could go ahead and sell it for that price and just close out that options contract. And instead of losing the full 81 or allowing it to expire in the money or out of the money, you could do that as well. Now, thank you very much to whoever said that. So I'm not out dollars more than 81, and I don't have to sell this open sell call or lose stock. I'm okay with that. Here every day. Love your content. Sean, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that. That is correct. If it was a long call that you bought for $81, the most you're going to lose on that is the $81 if you allow it to expire worthless by Friday. Now, if it goes up at any point, if we're above 1550, then yes, you will be making money, and you can either choose at that point to add 100 shares to your portfolio at 1550 or take the profit on your call option. Bought my shares of Fidelity, so they should be reaching out with a voting ballot. Correct, Ape Family. June. I don't know if they're going to reach out because it's June 2nd on the close, so I don't know when they will be emailing you or anything like that. So if you have shares as of the close on June 2nd, that's the shareholder on record date. If you have shares as of June 2nd, you will be getting a proxy ballot from your broker. Now, the only reason you might not see that, all right, and this is when you know that you have a phantom share in your portfolio. This could be interesting. If you only have one share of stock in your portfolio, okay, you've only got one share of AMC stock in your portfolio. You bought it on June 2nd. It's in your portfolio. Now, you may not get the vote because that could potentially have been a phantom share. If you've got two shares, then yeah, you might be looking at one real share, one phantom. They're still going to send you a vote. And then at that point, they're only going to count one of your two votes because one of them is phantom. So that is really the only way that you would know if you had a phantom share in your portfolio is if you didn't get the vote directly from your broker and you had like one share in there. Because if you have more, you're likely to have shares. You're likely to have real shares. Dark pool shares reported, and do they have voting rights? Hands down, dark pool shares have voting rights, yes, because they're all a dark pool is an exchange that you and I can't trade on. It's an exchange directly between different hedge funds. So institutional sellers can trade with themselves. Kind of like when, crap, I forget the names of the banks that listed these 43 million shares a couple weeks ago and then sold them out to BlackRock and Vanguard. So that technically could have been done on a dark pool, directly from institution to institution, very large chunk orders. And why they would do that is so that we didn't see those orders coming in until they were already done. And they think it's a good idea that it kind of cuts down on manipulation, but I think it's a bad idea because I think it adds to the manipulation. One more day at least, and it's different every day. Individual man. Man, I missed it. M. James. Glad Vigilante and M. James are getting along there because I missed some of that. Why can't I hear him? Christina, turn your volume up. Turn your volume up. Turn your volume up. Somebody tell her to turn her volume up. Peer-to-peer private selling. Sean, basically, but the peers are hedge funds or institutional investors. Had the tab muted. Christina, good. Jonathan Jackson, thank you for the super chat. Let's see what Jonathan has to say. Do you trade full time? Also, who is your favorite subscriber and why is it me? Yes, at this point, Jonathan, I trade full time. And yeah, you might, at this very moment, you are my favorite subscriber. And why is it you? Because I don't know. You inspire me to be a better investor. You inspire me to make better content on YouTube, and you're always in the chat. I know you clicked that like button. You're one of the 102 people right now that clicked that like button. What else do we have? There's so many reasons, Jonathan. There's so many reasons that I can't name them all at the moment, but just know that they are all good things. It's just they are, and I'm so glad to have you here. Liked and subscribed. And hit that bell. Mike James, thank you very much. What is the ultimate floor in your opinion for AMC? Very, very difficult to say the ultimate floor. I will always say at this point in time, I am extremely optimistic and extremely hopeful that we could hit $1,000 per share. I know that people are going to be tempted to take their profits much before that. Yes. Much beyond that. It could happen, guys. That's why I want to see zero volume when this squeeze starts. Clay doesn't know who Tony Romo is. Nicholas, I've heard that name before. What is up with the SEC 0-0 passing today? I'm cool. Vigilante was just talking about that to me, talking with me about that a minute ago. I spent a lot of the day looking at the 13F filing from Citadel, so I don't know too much that's going on with the 007. But Vigilante, if you got it, he can answer your questions on that one. That's why he's here. What's up, Claybro? History was made yesterday. I know, FaZe. 1.7K in the room yesterday. That was awesome. I don't know where they're at today. Probably sleeping. Trey must still be on. Yes, Vigilante's got my back. Thanks, Claybro. Absolutely. Mike James, thank you. Guys, I know it's going to be difficult to hold out, but if we hold out and we don't sell 87 million shares to those hedge funds, there's no cap. There's no cap. That's the beauty of it. How quick will we sell 87 million shares to them? I need minimum 30K. Got to pay the taxes. Got to remember to take the taxes off the top. Absolutely, Andrea. 30K might be difficult. Look, not impossible. Absolutely not impossible. Think about Citigroup trying to stop the squeeze. Christina, I would love anybody to try and stop this squeeze. If you try to stop the squeeze, it just means you're going to be digging yourself in a bigger hole. Guys, the squeeze is happening. The squeeze is happening. I only have 24 shares. Josu? Sorry, I know I'm going to mispronounce that name. 24 shares is good. 20. Guys, if you don't overextend yourself into AMC, don't do that. But look, 24 shares is 24 shares, man. If we go to 1,000, you made 24 grand. If we go to 100,000, you made what? $240,000? Like, come on. No, 24. If we go to 10 grand, you made $240,000. If we go to 100, you made 2.4 million, right? How long did it take you to trade full time? I hope to get that point someday. I'm tired of. Well, Abraham, I am 30. I will be 32 next Wednesday. So on the birthday, that's might give you something to look forward to. And that was a super chat, right? And thank you very much for the super chat, Abraham. I appreciate that. But I will be 32 on Wednesday, May 26th. And as there's more people in here right now, we're going to be doing a very nice merch. I don't like the word merch too much, but we're going to be doing a very nice merch launch on my birthday, May 26th. We're going to be doing a lot of giveaways, so make sure to come by. Hopefully you guys can get a shirt or something else. And if you don't win something, you want to buy something, absolutely, we're going to make it happen. It's going to be a lot of fun, trust me. It's going to be a lot of fun. Wouldn't that be great if we squeezed on May 26th and we had like a big giveaway on May 26th? It'd be a nice day. 1,200 shares, 40 calls, 3 different expirations. Let's go. Let's go, Jeff. Oh, we hit 15 in the aftermarket and then drop back down. I don't know. Just people buying and selling aftermarket. It's allowed to happen, guys. It's allowed to happen that we go up and back down. What's up, Clay, bro? What's up, Nasty Investor? How are you doing? Squeeze like it happened before your B-Day? I sure hope so. Thunder Jumper, thank you very much for the super sticker. Keep it up. Thank you. We are winning. This squeeze will happen. If you don't know by now, I have to do whatever these little super stickers do because somebody sent in a super chat, but there's no chat in it. So we gotta mimic the little sticker that he sent by. Thank you very much, Thunder. I appreciate that super sticker. Hey, Clay, who does your hair? I do my hair. Thank you very much for asking. I cut my hair. I style my hair. And if you don't like it, hey, man, that's all right because I do. May 27th. Something about May 27th. Tyrell, is your birthday May 27th? Be late for that day, Clay, on the 26th. Woo! Just show up. You don't have to be early. Just show up. Let's all go to Citadel Lobby and celebrate your birthday. Let's go. Let's do it. I would. That would be pretty fun. That would be very fun. AMC update. We closed above $14. What are we trading at right now? Slightly above 14. Excellent news, right? We were a little bit worried that we were going to see a doji in a red doji, and then we might see a little bit of a pullback tomorrow. Absolutely can still happen, but closing in the green like that gives me confidence that we're going to retest that 1450 level tomorrow, and it's going to be excellent. Shayna, thank you very much for the super chat. Ooh! Ooh! Thank you very much for that super sticker, Shayna. No screenshots, guys. Just leave those go. You know it has to happen. And as embarrassing as it might be, that's the plan for the super stickers. Plan has never changed. Buy and hold. Absolutely vigilante. Very, very simple. We ain't having no pullback, bro. Hands down. I don't want to see no pullback. I don't want to see no pullback at all. We were just talking a little bit about what doji candlesticks mean, but we closed on the green, so I'm happy. I'm very happy that we closed on the green. Hedge funds doing what they do. Exactly. Hedging. Hedge funds are hedging. Imagine that. Red Lobster quality. I didn't see something about Red Lobster quality. Man, now we're talking about Wendy's and Red Lobster. I'm glad I ate before the stream. Otherwise, I'd be really, really hungry right now. Clay, bro, where do you think the share price would be the end of the week? Very difficult to say. I hope that Sean expires in the money, and that was at $15.50. But honestly, I hope to break through this level of $14.50 before the end of the week, and we could easily see prices like we saw last night after hours if we break through this level tomorrow. So I'm hopeful that we're going to break this $14.50 and move higher. And look, guys, if you ask me where I think it's going to be by the end of the week, please don't take that as like, well, I should go buy an option with a strike price of $14.50 because Clay said it's going to close above $14.50. Don't do that, but just know that you can play these levels of support and resistance and that they're real things, right? If we break above $14.50, you're going to be looking pretty good at 15 if that's something that you're interested in. But just know that's a very tough level. You've seen it now. We've tested it every day this week. You've seen it. How long can you keep throws down every time we hit a total of 14.50? We must break that. Yeah, Jonas, we should be able to break them here pretty soon. At 14.03 close, and that's what I'm showing now. I don't know if it's settled right or not, but at a 14.03 close, we are very close to we've got a lot of strength moving into tomorrow's trading day. AMC will even squeeze higher than $1,000. Ted, AMC can absolutely squeeze higher to $1,000. Yes, I believe personally that people will be very, very tempted to take it at $1,000. It's a nice round number. It's psychologically significant. You get 1,000 shares, all of a sudden you get $1 million in your portfolio. Like, it's going to be a significant level. But if you see, like, if nobody's trading their stock during the squeeze, if volume's sitting at zero and nobody's handing their shares over, then, dude, it could go so much higher than that. It's just, can we do it? That's the question. Can we do it? How long can we hold out? Now, there's only 347 people in here, and maybe all 347 of us could literally hold out to $100,000. The problem with that is there's another 3.2 million shareholders out there who might not hold out that long. So that is the real question. How long can we all hold out together? That is the real question. And it's very simple. That's what makes it beautiful. But I know that people are going to be tempted. So that's what makes me skeptical of very high prices. Makes 8 figures. Vigilante, didn't you say 100,000 would be like 4 billion or something? Clay, I haven't seen you on Reddit for a while. M. James, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing that I haven't been on Reddit for a while? If people said, oh, hey, Clay Bro's good on Reddit, I think a lot of people would come check out the channel. But for some reason, everybody on Reddit hates me, man. Hates me. I had some dude on Twitter the other day who, I swear he hates me, and it's just because he saw some post on Reddit about me. And I'm like, dang, man. I try not to be a bad guy, but no dates for the squeeze, friend. Dean, correct. We got no dates, but it could always happen tomorrow, and that's why I'm so excited about it. 354 watching. Why we only have 160? Hey, Nevin, good question. 370 people watching, 167 likes. I know you guys can do better than that, even if you're listening at work. Because at one point, if these guys on Reddit come in here, they're going to out-dislike the likes, and that's fact. They do their work. They make sure they come in and click the dislike button. Phineas, that would sound great, but can we share water instead? I think water might be more fun. Or lemonade, maybe an iced tea, something like that. That would hit the spot for me. Hoodies, Clay. You guys like zip-up hoodies? I prefer zip-up hoodies. What do you guys think about that? I prefer zip-up hoodies. Phineas says, sure. All right, good, man. I would much appreciate that. That would be good. Vigilante says vodka would be even better. Maybe we could mix the iced tea and the lemonade. We could have a nice Arnold Palmer. That would be pretty good for me. Zip-up's better than pullover. I think the same. Zip-up's the way. No zipper for you. Woo likes straight-up hoodie. Okay. I prefer zip-ups myself, but I know everybody's got their taste. How many shares do the hedge funds need to buy for AMC? The reported number that we look at Vigilante says pull over. All right, so we got both tastes here. The reported number, I believe, is still at 87 million. If somebody has a more up-to-date number, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the number is still 87 million. Now, yes, there could be phantom shares floating around. I don't think that they're as high as a lot of people expect them to be, but there could be a number of phantom shares floating around too, but those need to be covered on a regular basis, all right? So it's not like they've if everybody's following the rules as they should be, those need to be covered on a I don't know, regular basis. Every 2 days, those need to be covered. If everybody's not following the rules, they're going to be in some big trouble. But 87 million are guaranteed to need covered at this point. So if we hold out, if we don't sell them those shares, that's amazing. 202 likes. I appreciate you guys giving me over 200. 87 correct. Thank you very much, Tom. And I saw Vigilante was saying 87 too. Pullover's better in the wind. It could be, yes. Gracias. Julio. De nada. For 5 million synthetic opinion. Vigilante, very possible, especially when we see very volatile days. And I'll give you guys a little bit of a rundown. The other day, I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter if you don't. But you need to jump. No, you're running just fine, Kia Forte. I don't know if you guys saw this. So listen to this, because this is pretty interesting. That spreadsheet that I posted the other day with all of the fail to deliver, fail to receives, that is like an aggregate basis. So that means that on Monday, there were this many potential phantom shares out there. On Monday, there were this many phantom shares out there. On Tuesday, there were this many. It can go down and then back up. They're trying their best to cover those shares on a daily basis. But if you go back to the day that we spiked up to $20 a share on AMC, there were 27.6 million failed to delivers out there. That means that there are 27 million phantom shares out there that were not delivered at that point. That's big news. So if we've got some extremely volatile days during the squeeze or leading up to the squeeze, then yeah, they could have a great number of phantom shares. And these are legit phantom shares, right? These are like phantom shares that are reported to the SEC and everybody knows about and that you can actually understand numbers-wise. Of course, if everybody's doing shady stuff behind the scenes, it might be different. But yeah, phantom shares could actually be a pretty decent number. Synthetic shares and phantom shares. Yeah, so if you want to talk about synthetic shares real quick, how many of you saw the 13F filing by Citadel? Citadel has a ton. I don't remember the numbers. I believe it was like 4 million shares and 1 million. Jonathan Jackson with a super chat. You have a Discord or Patreon? At this point, no. Jonathan, thank you very much for asking. Thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that. I'm like brand new to Twitter, learning that. Discord would be another thing. Patreon would be another thing. Like, there's a lot of different stuff out there. I'm trying to take it slow. Maybe I should be jumping in on everything at the same time. I'm trying to take it slow. And, yeah, it's going to be, I don't know, not difficult to add all these on there. But I hope to get them all going and running smooth. You think they'll do a fake squeeze? Sunshine, I think that would be extremely bad if they did a fake squeeze. Why? Here's the main reason. If they did a fake squeeze, that would be the dumbest thing that they could ever do. Because the FOMO buyers that are going to jump on when the squeeze is triggered, when it's game day, the FOMO buyers that jump on are going to trigger a real squeeze. Okay? If they tried to fake it, FOMO would kick in and it would trigger the real squeeze. I almost have no doubt in my mind that would happen. You can go back and look at Google Analytics and all this stuff surrounding how many searches. I say Google and Google pops up here. You can go back and look at the amount of interest that poured in the day that GameStop shot up and it did all of this stuff to all these other shares too. If they faked the squeeze, it would absolutely it would trigger the real squeeze, and that would be great if they tried. But I would love it. I would love them to try and do that to us. What do you think of Citadel buying all these new options? Hey, Ape Family, I think that they needed to. You know, they're playing the volatility on AMC. I think that Yes, it was a good move for them, but their only problem was that they over leveraged themselves to the downside. So they've got a ton of new call options, but they've got a lot more put options. Yes, they bought a lot of shares of AMC. I think they're sitting on what, 750? It was give or take. It was around 750,000 shares of AMC that they're sitting on. But look, they do not report their short shares. So if they've got 700, even if you took it, if you just use the ratios like puts to calls and then shorts to longs, they're extremely over leveraged to the downside, but they're not reporting their short shares. So we don't know if it's the same ratio or not. I would assume that it's even greater, but yeah, great. They bought a lot of calls, they bought a lot of stock, but that's fine because that's what hedge funds do. They buy stocks, and they short stocks, and they're drastically over leveraged to the downside. So to me, it doesn't change anything. Do you think there will be a fake squeeze? Lauren, I do not think there will be a fake squeeze. I just talked to Sunshine about that. I would love it if they tried a fake squeeze because, in my opinion, I would have no problem with them starting a fake squeeze because the amount of FOMO buyers that would jump on that fake squeeze would shoot the stock to $100, $200, and then that would trigger a real squeeze. So if they tried to play any games like that, I think that would backfire rather quickly. Because you got to think, guys, if all of us are interested in this right now, I'm seeing 1410. That's what you are seeing, 1409. If all of us are as excited as we are, there's a ton of people out there trying to time the squeeze. And they're going to try and say, well, shoot, when it goes up to $20, I'm jumping in. When it goes up to 30, I'm jumping in. You know, they're missing out now because they're not buying and holding the stock. But man, they're going to be pouring into AMC the moment they think the squeeze is triggered. Let them play with fire. Carlos, let them play with fire, man, because they're going to get burnt. They will get burnt. No one can time this thing. Andrea, nobody can time this thing. I mean, that's why it's better, in my opinion, to just chill and wait, because when the squeeze happens, 14, even if you get in at 14 now and we go back down to 5, like when the squeeze happens, man, you're going to blow by that 14 so fast that it's just a holding point. At that point in time for you, it's just a holding game, right? But if you try to time the squeeze, good luck getting in below $100. You know what I mean? Like, good luck getting in at $50. And then you're really getting eaten up and you've got a lot less shares. So don't try to time. If you're out there and you're thinking you can time the squeeze, you might be able to. I mean, you might get in at 100 and then ride it up to 1,000 or whatever. But you're still missing out on a lot that you could just be sitting on and waiting. What's my thoughts on that passing today? Chris, I spent a lot of the day downloading the spreadsheet and looking at the spreadsheet, that 13F, and looking at all the positions that Citadel has, and I didn't see anything on the 007 passing today, but I saw it because I spent the majority of the day checking out their positions, their call options, trying to run a bunch of analysis on that, because I'm thinking about talking about that in a video tonight, because it seems like a lot of people were kind of scared that Citadel was buying a lot of call options and buying a lot of stocks. Can you explain the short borrow fee? Yeah, so the short borrow fee is basically an interest rate. They're borrowing the stock, they pay interest on what they borrowed. Now that is a variable rate. So even if they borrowed shares when the interest rate was 5%, all right, say they shorted them a long time ago and they borrowed them at 5%. Now, I don't know what the rate is at this moment, but if it is at 80% or whatever, they are paying an 80% interest rate. That's annualized, divided by 365, and then charged for the day that they hold it. So they pay that daily. It's a daily fee that they have to pay, and I mean, it just bleeds them. It bleeds them. Claybro Fintel says the short borrow fee rate is only 13, not helpful, is it? Can't the hedge funds just hold out forever by selling to each other and keeping the price down? Listen, if the borrow rate's at 13.8 right now, that can mean one of two things. There's a lot less people interested in shorting AMC. Okay, that would indicate that the hedge funds might be learning their lesson at this point and they're done digging that hole. That could also mean a ton of new shares are becoming available to loan out and to borrow. We know that BlackRock's sitting on a ton of shares. Vanguard's sitting on a ton of shares. You know, these shares could be getting ready to be loaned out and all of that stuff that would bring the loan rate down. The loan rate's determined by supply and demand. So if short sellers are in small demand, then the loan rate goes down. If shares are in high supply, the loan rate goes down. So yeah, they're not bleeding as much cash if that's the current loan rate at 13%. They're not bleeding as much cash, but they're still bleeding every day. It's possible the market may have $1 million in the stock and aftermarket and pre-market today. So the downtrend. I guess it's possible if they were buying shares from each other and selling shares back to each other, but I don't think that is beneficial to them. Mark, but I don't think it's beneficial to them because our game plan doesn't change based on after-hours trading or even during the day trading. Mark, but thank you for the super chat. Let's see what Mark's got to say. Words of a stockbroker: you can't time the market. I've bought and holding and waiting for the squeeze. We don't pay an interest fee in the UK. Mark Bud, very nice. I would say that it is very difficult to time the market. I think that you can time the market to a certain extent. You will never time it perfectly, right? Like I'm saying, if you want to time the squeeze, know that, yeah, you could get in on the way up, but you're going to miss out on a big chunk of gains on the way up. So, yeah, you can see that the squeeze is probably being triggered and jump on. Let's say you jump on at $100, you get back off at $1,000. You missed everything from 10 to 100. You could have got that if you were just buying and waiting. And you can also look at interest rate turnover or industry turnover and cyclical nature of the market, but it's not as efficient as you could get, especially in this short squeeze, if you just wait. Because you're never going to time it. You're never going to time it day of and be like, oh man, I got it at $14.50 because I knew that was the day that the squeeze was taking place. You're just not going to time it that efficiently. We have to make the most of this squeeze because it might be the last one in a long time. Hey, Carlos, I hope that we make the most of this squeeze because if we take all this money from the hedge funds like we say we're going to take, they're not going to overexpose themselves in short positions like this again. How long do you think AMC will continue to soar? Jeremy, good question. I think that AMC will continue to soar only during the squeeze, okay? AMC is going to absolutely soar during the squeeze. If we hold out, if volume stays low, the squeeze could happen for days, weeks. I mean, literally, if we don't sell 1 million shares a day, it could be months that the short squeeze takes place. I think it's going to be quicker, though. I think that a lot of people are going to be jumping on. It's going to be a very fast squeeze. And beyond the actual squeezing of the stock, when hedge funds cover their positions, I think AMC is coming back down. Retail investors still in over 80%. As far as I know, cool, yes. Trey basically regretted having him on today. Tony. I saw only a part of Trey's live stream. I didn't see who he had on today. What do you think of the impressions video? Herb, I thought that was hilarious. I tweeted that out. Man, Guerrilla Investments, man, if you're watching it, you got to do me a little longer next time. You got to have a little bit longer impression next time because I was like, oh, yeah, you can become a bro. All right. And then I'm like, man, all these other guys had a huge spotlight. I was loving it, anticipating it, and that was good. You did a great job. This is the least I've talked on your live. FaZe, are you home yet? You got after school practice or something? Show your shares if you're not a fake ape. Ariana, unfortunately, guys, look, you can tell all the shares you want to have if you want, but if you've been in here by now, you know my take on that. I feel like it's a very personal question to ask. Like, how much money do you have? I don't want anybody to feel like they need to go out and buy more shares or like they don't have enough or anything like that. If you've got one share, or if you got 0 shares of AMC, then this is the place to be. Learn about AMC, make that decision if it's right for you to get AMC. But I just feel like, sharing your portfolio size or sharing your total investments or anything like that is, I don't know, it's a personal question, and I don't feel comfortable asking anybody else how much money they have. So it's not something that I need to put out there and make them feel anything like that. How many miles on the Kia Forte? We can't discuss that one. 92,000, like 690. I saw the other day when I was driving. So the bro banner, a go or no go? Robert, always a go? Always a go for bro? I think if we were here talking about if we are holding shares and we are apes holding for the little guy, yes, that is the point. But I don't know. I just don't feel like it's something that you need to share how many you have or anything like that. What happens if the hedges go broke? Then we take all their money. JB, if the hedges go broke, we take all their money. Nice. FaZe is heading home. Just got off the train. Very good. Do we get our money or the bank? No, we get the money. Yeah, they give it to us. I have one question, not financial advice. You yourself, how many percent? Sure that sooner. Okay, you yourself, how many percent are you sure that, or sooner or later, the squeeze will happen? Ted, here's the deal. My dad asked me a very similar question to that today. He said, Clay, do you think the squeeze is going to happen? And there might be a lot of people out there thinking, man, we've been playing these guys for a long time now. This has been going on for months. Is it going to happen? Here's the deal. If everybody just does what they say they're going to do, yes, Sinister, yes. If everybody says what they say they're going to do, then absolutely the squeeze will happen. Why? Because a short squeeze is very simple. When the hedge funds cover the positions that they have shorted, they absolutely have to buy those positions back. And that demand for the stock, that buying of the shares, squeezes it. Now they could, if I fold and then you fold and everybody else gets tired and we're 6 months in and we get tired and we sell our shares and maybe somebody else buys them and so on and so forth, yeah, they could play this game for a very, very long time. But if we withhold those shares from them, if maybe your friend jumps on and buys some more shares, or if you want to add another share to your portfolio, when I add more shares to the portfolio, it withholds that supply from them. It constrains that supply. And when they know that they can't buy those shares back, yes, the squeeze will happen. It's as simple as everybody doing what they say they're going to do, and the squeeze is guaranteed at that point. Exactly, Andrea, exactly. And when we do that, the squeeze is inevitable. And that's what I love about it. That is absolutely what I love about it. 3 friends, spell my tip around 10,000. There you go, Ted. There you go. And that's the beauty of all, everybody on YouTube covering AMC, all the Reddit posts out there, all of the exposure that, the media is giving it to. Yeah, some media gives it some bad ones, but, everybody's hearing something about AMC and they're making decisions. Hands down, do I think the volatility is going to make it difficult for day traders? I think it's going to be, listen, very risky day traders will trade the squeeze the day of. There's a point at which day traders cannot handle the volatility, okay? Volatility is going to be immense during the short squeeze. We might see it go up to 400, drop back down to 100, jump to 600, drop back down to 100, jump to 800, fall to 500, shoot to 1200. Like, the volatility is going to be crazy. Now, there will be some day traders who, yes, they try to make a lifetime full of money during the short squeeze. Those are very risky individuals, but absolutely, they will be on. But there will also be some people who can't handle that volatility, and that's fine. They're not going to trade it. But as far as messing it up, I think the riskier guys out there are going to have a field day. Yes, Andrea, nobody, it's all life-changing money, guys. And life-changing money is subjective. So, something that might change your life might not change somebody else's life. But I hope that everybody is able to hold out till that point that they really can make themselves have a financially secure and a financially free future, and that they are really going to be set up in a nice position forever. One group tweets numbers and facts and jokes. Other group tweets Spared attempts to redirect our attention. Yeah, Larson. Yeah, that's exactly right. You are exactly right on that one. How similar is the squeeze to GameStop squeeze? RJ, it's going to be very similar to the GameStop squeeze, but in terms of focus and people on board before the squeeze happens, I believe that AMC's got a lot better backing and a lot better coverage at this point. GameStop took a lot of people by surprise, and that's okay. GameStop, I look at it like a practice run. Everybody kind of knows what to expect at this point, and it prepared us to squeeze even better than we had done before. Life-changing money, student loan repayment, yes. If you can pay off your debt, you can get a house, and you can set yourself up to be able to, even if you have to continue working a job at that point. Guys, if you have your house paid off, if you have no debt, and you've got a little money to invest to supplement your income, you can, at that point, you can find something that you love doing, and who cares? Nobody wants to just sit around all day and do absolutely nothing. But if you can find something that you love doing at that point, that is absolutely life-changing. You don't need a Lambo to change your life. You just need happiness and stress-free. You need to figure out a way to team up with Dave Portney. You'll explode. AMC Historical Moment brings a lot of viewers. Just don't leave the channel after AMC. At least, no, Jonathan, I am definitely not leaving the channel after AMC. I enjoy so much. I mean, guys, even if we all walk away with $100 million during the squeeze, we're still going to hang out together. I mean, aren't we? I think this is so much fun. Seeing the excitement within everybody, being a part of this, I mean, just because you got a lot of money, why would you start doing something maybe you don't like? I enjoy this. Does anybody else enjoy this? Like, even waiting for the squeeze to happen, the excitement of talking to everybody else, the excitement of seeing everybody here. Hey, bro, what's up, Big Tone? Let me know if you like this, because just the anticipation of what can happen during this short squeeze is very exhilarating. I mean, it really is. Making the bro banner for the wall, remember? Oh yeah, the biggest sticker I got at this point is this one right here, and I don't think that once you put it on the wall, it gets a little small right here, see? So that's the biggest one I got. What's 100 million? Speak up. Well, Vigilante, if you got 100, you're gonna have more than 100 million in your account if you wait out to $100,000 a share, but 100 million is disappearing. Oh, I'm not ignoring anybody. I was just doing some math on there. If we all have $100 million in our accounts, yeah, we're not running away from hanging out with each other, are we? Everybody's just disappearing. I thought we were having a good time here. Put a bunch of them on. Yeah, I should make like a nice checkerboard on the wall back there with bro stickers. Good deal, Vigilante. 50% to the tax man. We got to make the tax man rich, Andrea, don't we? And the tax man always wins. They never lose. Where are you from? Christina, I'm from Ohio. Where are you from? Very nice day in Ohio today, I got to admit. Puppies in space, brother. What's up, puppies? 500,000, I'm going to be like, I think we're all going to be doing pretty well, 500,000. Jonathan Jackson, if you can give me the super chat, what do we got here? I generally take your not advice more seriously due to you not live streaming during trading hours. Let me know that you're 100% focused and in the know during the day. Jonathan, don't take my non-advice as advice, and don't tell me that you're going to take my non-advice as advice. But here's some advice. Learn something from what we discuss in these live streams. Learn something from what we discuss in the videos, and then make your own decision based on that. If I say something that you completely disagree with, I'm cool with that, guys. Don't think that I'm not cool with that. Learn something from what we talk about, or let it at least show you a different viewpoint, and then make your decision and move forward. Because I'm completely cool if you guys disagree with me and you make a different decision than I would. That does not bother me at all. But I just want to make sure that's the only advice I can give you. Learn something and make your own decision. Let's see what Sean Harrigan has to say. And thank you very much for the super chat, Sean. What do we got? I'm hanging out after this is over. Good. I hate to say it, but when I can flip my family's life and hit the number, I'm out. Army, vet, married. There you go, Sean. That is what I'm talking about. You hit that life-changing number, man. You do what's right for you, and you're going to be happy beyond this squeeze. Even if we go to a $100,000 afterwards, because nobody's going to time it perfectly. And Sean with another super chat. Thank you very much, Sean. This will fundamentally change our lives. I can only do for them, not the movement. Guys, this will absolutely, this is going to be a very good, I don't want to say it's the only chance that you're ever going to have. All right. I believe that people can create their own futures. You can create your own opportunities. You can move forward, and you can have the life that you want if you build that life. All right, I completely believe that. I don't think that this is going to be your only opportunity, but I do believe that this is going to be a great opportunity. If you get into AMC, it is a risk, yes. The hedge funds, man, they got a ton of money. They have a ton of money to play with. They got a lot of smart people. They've got connections. But if we only buy and we only hold the stock and we're not willing to sell it back to them, we will win. Okay? It's as simple as that. So that's why I'm so confident that it can happen. There you go. Hands down. That's what I'm talking about. Hands down does not agree with everything I have to say, but it's fun to be here. He's fun to be a bro. Perfect. I love it. In the simplicity of it, guys, if we hold out, we win. That's what I'm talking about. David's from Atlanta. Very nice. Why is everybody talking about June 2nd? June 2nd is the shareholder on record date. If you want to vote at the upcoming shareholders meeting, you need to own at least one share of AMC on June 2nd. Stop by sometime, Vigilante. Go check him out. That's what's up. We are all over it. Absolutely, guys. All over the United States. That's what I love about this. All over the world, really. There's a lot of people in Canada and in Europe. It's very cool. Christopher Espinoza with a super chat. Let's see what Christopher has to say. Yo, Clay, bro, I think I asked you this before. What signs are you going to look for the squeeze being over and when the price will bounce back? Excellent question, Christopher. Here is my take on that. The squeeze is only going to take place when the hedge funds are buying back positions. Okay? They need to cover at least the 87 million shares that they have out there. So we know that once they cover those shares, the squeeze is essentially over. Yes, more buyers could be jumping on. FOMO buyers could be jumping in and synthetically inflating the price during that time. But the actual squeeze takes place when hedge funds and institutions are covering their short positions. Will we know day of or during the squeeze that the short squeeze is over or that the hedge funds have covered? No, we cannot know that for a fact. But we can know, based on how many shares are being traded, that the hedge funds could have covered their positions. And we've talked about it in detail before. If the volume is very high, let's say 1 billion shares of AMC are traded, that means one of two things. Hedge funds could have covered, and if you're a conservative investor, let's say AMC shoots up to $1,200 a share, and there's 1 billion shares being traded, the hedge funds could have covered. So that would lead you to believe, if you're a conservative investor, that maybe it's time to take my profit. This thing could be coming down now. The other thing could be that was all FOMO buyers, or that hedge funds didn't cover, and a large portion of that was FOMO buyers. And if you're more of a risk taker, you might say, it's still game on. I'm still playing. So you're only going to be able to move forward with knowledge of what could be happening at that point. And based on the type of person you are, based on your risk tolerance, you're going to have to answer that question for yourself and say, yes, I feel comfortable at this point that hedge funds did not cover. That was a lot of FOMO buyers. This is only day one, and I'm moving forward. I'm still holding. You're going to see big dips either way because the volatility is going to be real. Should there be billions of naked shares? I don't think there's billions of naked shares. Sorry, I didn't get to read the name that said that. I don't think that there's billions of naked shares out there. Will there be 2 millionaires named Clay? Clay Winter. There will be at least two millionaires named Clay. Are you going to live stream, bro? Chris, I will absolutely do my best to be live streaming, you know, barring some freak accident or something. Yes. I said before, even if everything in my house dies and like I have to live stream off the Ring camera, we will be live streaming during the short squeeze and at least pointing out what we can point out, right? I can't tell anybody when they should sell this stock or if they should be nervous at this point or try to, I don't know, try to tell anybody to do anything with their money. Unfortunately, I can't be that bold with it, but we can definitely all be pointing out numbers that we're seeing. And, okay, volume's here right now. This could indicate this. Yeah, we saw this big price swing, but we see a lot of new buyers coming in. The sell walls are looking pretty small right now. We have a ton of buyers coming in. There's a lot of stuff that we can all be focused on during that. Focus on the chat. We can focus on what I see, all of that. And it can be a very good day if we all trade together as a team. Chris Hansen, thank you very much for the super chat. What does Chris Hansen have to say? I'm not sure if this has been asked before, but do you really think that everyone will be paid out their price per share hits over $1,000 with so many millionaires overnight? Chris Hansen, excellent question. $1,000 per share, I absolutely think. Well, it depends, man. If you're talking about being paid out in cash, that's just going to depend on who's giving you the cash. I think that amount of cash would be available for everybody to be paid out, yes. But I do not see a problem with everybody having their brokerage accounts, like all of the money settling in their brokerage accounts, all of the money being able to transfer to your banks. I do not have a problem with $1,000 per share because I believe that's what, $1,000 per share. That's only like we're charging the hedge funds roughly $100 billion. Is that math right? Sean Harrigan, thank you very much for the super chat. What do we got? Ortex, 1.4 days to cover. Sean, that's because volume. What was volume today? What do we look at for volume today? 174. They may be 1.4 seems a little weird to me. They may be looking at an average volume on that one. But 1.4 seems a little strange to me because they got less than 1 day to cover based on today's volume. And from what I'm seeing on the 3-month volume, it would look like right around 1 day to cover. 1 full day to cover. So I'm not exactly sure which volume number they're using on that one. Alex, the hedge funds provide the liquidity by buying the shares. Yeah, the hedge funds, guys, at that point, they're just handing us all their money. That's all they're doing. When they're covering their shares, they're just handing us all their money. And we have to decide how much money they need to hand to us. Correct. It should be. That's the industry standard is T+2. Whoever asked that, I'm very sorry that I didn't read the name. It's an average 3 months. Okay, Vigilante, thank you very much for clearing that up. That looks like it could be roughly correct, but I think that they would consider short shares slightly above that. I'm showing a 90 million 3-month average. Skip right over the question. Zach, sorry, did not see it. Guys, trust me, it's very tough to get to all the chat. If I miss your question, please repost it. Clearwood's passing tomorrow. Crap, what did you just say was passing tomorrow? On 519. Somebody... Now I forget already. We've been talking about so much. Vigilante, didn't you just answer that? What was on May 19th? That's not the 007, right? AMC, oh yeah, 07. Okay, that's what that was. I didn't know the date on that because I spent the whole day looking at a bunch of other stuff. All right, cool. David, thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Yeah. Lift off the word. Lift off is the word I was looking for. Yes, that's what's happening tomorrow. We need to get technical break above 1450. If we get that technical break above 1450, guys, it's going to be beautiful. It is a very tough level to break. But just know that when we break it, that means that much higher. That's if there's that much resistance there and you have to push that hard to break through it, just think about it, guys. You're trying to push through something, and if you really push it shoots up that much higher. Granted for the community respect. Thank you, Manu. Respect you being in here. Yes, we broke it. We did break it after hours yesterday, Christina. Absolutely. I would have loved to have seen breaking through it during normal trading hours today. if every single streamer and YouTuber sold at the same time, nothing would happen. You were correct. Oh, 7 past today? Nah, I don't know. What's tomorrow? Yeah, it broke today, barely, but resistance levels aren't like a dead line in the sand, but, you know, they're kind of relative. But that 1450, there's a lot of resistance in that area. But we didn't sustain the level above it. If we were to sustain the level above it, it would have been beautiful. Yeah, it didn't get it clean. Exactly right, Shadow. Exactly right. Listen, yeah, I was just trying to show some pressure on the bottom and trying to go through it. If that's something bad in Turkey, I don't know. That's my bad if it is. I'm sorry. What do you think about buying in right now? Is it too late? Alex, I don't think it's too late because I don't think the short squeeze has begun. I don't think the short squeeze is over. So I would say no. Can I talk about June 2nd? Mike James, absolutely, I can talk about June 2nd. June 2nd is the day that you need to own a share of AMC if you want to vote. If you own a share of AMC on June 2nd, you will get to participate in the upcoming shareholder vote. I believe it's on July 29th, unless they change it again. But that's the significance of June 2nd. I'm still actively buying. Sean, exactly, man. If you're still actively buying and you're holding, it's not too late because even if we see dips, guys, $14.50 is not a squeeze price. You know, $15 to $20 is not a squeeze price. We're going to squeeze higher than that. So the only question you really have to be at peace with is, all right, if this dips back down a little bit, I'm going to be okay holding, right? And if you're okay holding, then the question's answered. It's not too late because when it squeezes, it'll squeeze above that. Isn't 1K a low ball peak for the squeeze? It might be a low ball if people hold out the way they say that they're going to hold out. If they say that, guys, if everybody holds on to the stock like they say they're going to hold out, then yeah, 1,000 might be low ball. But I believe a lot of people aren't a part of, you know, the Abe community. They're not on Reddit all day. They're not looking at Twitter. They're not looking at all of these things and really getting into AMC. They're people who are like, okay, well, I heard AMC could do something crazy. I'll go buy a couple shares. And then if it does do something crazy, if it doubles in price, I'll make a lot of money. There's still a lot of people out there like that. Do the hedge funds know when AMC, I hope, we're talking about there, Samuel? The hedge funds, yeah, the hedge funds should know when it'll squeeze because they're the ones that are going to have to cover. So they're going to know if they get margin called that it's definitely squeezing, and they're also going to know if they decide themselves to go back and buy the shares. Connor, I don't exactly know what's going to be on the ballot. I strongly believe that we're going to see another share authorization on this ballot, which I don't want to see go through. I think we'll see another one of those, but it's just going to be a lot of the stuff that was on the ballot before that didn't ended up getting counted. You see Citadel bought? Yeah, Jonathan, I spent my day looking at that 13F. I see Citadel bought, but knowing that, know they hedge their positions. So if they're over leveraged to the downside on their puts like they are, they're over leveraged on their downside for their shorts too. So they're playing AMC to the downside. They added a lot of positions. Yes, the volatility was there. And when they added those positions, they could have been adding those calls when AMC was at $1 a share. So, you know, they were doing what hedge funds do. I have no problem with them adding positions of AMC to their portfolios because I know they added shorts too. But shorts aren't reported. Oh, man. And the share authorization won't be in 2020. Guaranteed, probably. Shadow. It could be. Right? It could be. They could change the terms of that on this new upcoming vote. They could absolutely change the terms of that. But even if it is, I wouldn't be... I don't want to give the hedge funds any hope that, like, if we wait this long, then we're going to be good. I don't want to give them any chance of waiting this thing out. Montre, thank you for the super chat. Let's see what Montre's got to say. When I get my money, I'm going to be a snob. Oh, guys. When Montre gets his money, he's going to be a snob. Oh, my gosh. I'm going to try not to be, but anybody else, like, that's you afterwards, right? That's you after the squeeze. I mean, if that's... Hopefully you can still come in here and hang out with us, Montre. I don't know. I would still enjoy your company. I'm still gonna try and be nice, but I will enjoy your company if you hang out with us. Yeah, Robinhood will be able to pay out, guys. It's not like we're gonna have to worry about getting the money from the short squeeze. Hey man, hey Andrew, how are you? If we squeeze before vote, AMC gets what they ask for. Guys, I hope we squeeze before the vote. I mean, honestly, yeah, I want to squeeze on May 26th. I want to have a nice birthday present. Mulan, I can't talk too much about this, and I don't necessarily think that it'll affect the price too much. From what I was getting, it just increases the liquidity that hedge funds need to have on hand. They'll find that liquidity somewhere. They're sneaky little guys. They'll find that liquidity somewhere. So I don't think that it's really going to affect the price as much as a lot of people hope for. Heather, thank you very much. Please come back on May 26th. 1537. That's not the price of AMC. Robinhood will be able to pay out. Yes, Robinhood will be able to pay out. Me and Montre got the dine-ins of the century. You and Montre, don't be too much of a snob afterwards. What is this vote that everybody's talking about? Samuel, the vote, the shareholder vote. If you are a shareholder on record June 2nd, then you will get to vote in the upcoming shareholder meeting. And that, I believe, is taking place on July 29th. I won't, don't worry. Okay, good. Shadow, don't be afraid to hang out now. Girlfriend and I broke up. Hope AMC gets me rich, rather rich and sad. There you go, spam. There you go. I hope the best for you. You think huge sell-off at resistance levels today were hedge funds driving it down? Hands down, very well could be, but I still think there's a lot of technical traders out there too. I don't want to blame everything on the hedge funds because I know that there's a lot of regular traders or swing and day traders out there who are doing what they do. And they're really playing this level of resistance well. Montre, thank you for the super chat. Let's see what Montre's got to say. I'm going to look at the middle class. Montre's not going to look at the middle class the same. It is all right because hopefully all of the middle class rises up to the upper class, and then we're all going to be doing pretty well. Montre sounds like you're going to forget where you came from, bro. Heather, I don't know. It sounds like Montre might be on the path for a bright future. 4.4K so far. Let's go. Phineas, very nice. I love it. Clipper in the house. How's it going today? 8th green days in a row. Carissa, don't you guys just love when we make money day after day after day and like it just keeps going up? You think they sold their shares to keep the price down at 14.50? I think a lot of people sold their shares at 14.50. Yeah, they're using that level of resistance as it should be used. I think that is the case. I think there were a lot of shares that were being sold today. Whether or not it's just hedge funds or who, I know there was a lot of shares being sold there. How quick do you think you can? Listen, how quick do I think it can reach $1,000 a share? Here's the deal, guys. Here's how the share price moves. Okay, if you're willing to sell at a certain price, let's say you're willing to sell it's at 14.06. You're willing to sell at 14.10, and the next available order is for 14.10. Nobody wants to sell their shares between 14.6 and 14.10. It'll jump to 14.10. If nobody sells their shares anywhere from 14.06 to $1,000 per share, the next order would get filled at $1,000 per share. And here's the beautiful thing about a short squeeze. Those things have to be filled. No logical buyer is going to go out and pay $1,000 for AMC. Okay, but there's no logic in the game when the shorts are covering their short positions, and that's why it's so nice. If the next order is for $1,000, it could jump in 1 second from $14 to $1,000. Honest opinion, what do you think the floor is? Montre, I always say 1,000 because I'm extremely and I say extremely hopeful because I know it's going to be tough to get there. I would love to see Shadow Gaming. Thank you for the super chat. Shadow Gaming says Montre equals dad. Montre is the dad. We got the bro and you get the dad in here. I'm very optimistic that $1,000 is going to be a very significant level for people being tempted. Like if you're sitting on $1,000 in your portfolio, or 1,000 shares, and you hit $1,000, that's $1 million. Numbers like that are very psychologically significant, and they mean something. They really do. Like we're not going to have any technical resistance once we blow past $35. So it's all going to be where people are comfortable. It's all going to be psychological trading at that point. And then if you can hang out, if you can hold that long, then yeah, that's what we see. So I'm hopeful that we reach that level, but that doesn't mean that it can't blow right past that level ever either if we all hold. Montre, did I did I do the emoji? Since that was all that's in your chat. Thank you very much for the super chat. And then let's see what Derry Gray. Derry Gray, thank you for the $3.99 super chat with no chat in it. We'll give a nice shout out to Donnie Gray then. Since we didn't have any actual chat in that super chat, shout out to Donnie Gray if he's my question didn't go in. Donnie, get it out before everybody jumps in. What was your question, Donnie? Let's keep a lookout for Donnie's question since it didn't go in that super chat. Absolutely. Guys, I know that I might miss chats and stuff, and if I do, please feel free to repost your question or whatever. I hope I get to it. Because I believe that's the point of these live streams, is to really interact with everybody, answer any questions that anybody has, and you know, we'll all learn something. But I will try my best to absolutely never miss a super chat. Will June 2nd reveal naked shorts? Donnie, I do not think so. Here's why. Naked shorts don't carry voting rights. And unless I'm really missing something, unless there's some link that is completely, that I'm overlooking in everything that I read, here's the deal. Only shareholders on record will get to vote. Phantom shares, these fake shares, these synthetic shares that everybody talks about, do not carry voting rights. They will not be able to vote on, well, the vote is going to be coming in July 29th. But they will not be shareholders on record as of June 2nd. There will be 493 million shares on record as of June 2nd, and that includes the 450 million that was outstanding, plus the 43 million that were recently issued. So those are the ones that are going to carry voting rights. Now, your broker is most likely the shareholder on record. Thank you very much, David Henry. Share the stream. Guys, do share the stream because my social media is terrible. And I can't share the stream with anybody. So if you guys want to get somebody else on board or learn something about AMC, then that would really help the stream, and that would really help, you know, spread the news about AMC. But back to that. The phantom shares do not carry voting rights. So you will see 493 million shares get votes on June 2nd. And you and I will get a proxy vote through our brokers. Montre, my friend Dad is a billionaire. Montre. My friend Dad is a billionaire. Guys, don't we all want to say that we're billionaires, though? Like, when this squeeze... And I know that we're not all going to be billionaires. And I hope that the vast majority of us reach millionaire after this. It's going to be beautiful. Like, imagine if we're all hanging out. Like, that's going to be a really cool thing. But I don't want anybody to think that you need $1 million to change your life, or you need some vast sum of money to really make a difference. Man, if you pay your debt off, whether you got $10,000 in debt or $100,000 in debt, if you pay your debt off, if you get yourself set up to, even if you have to use the rest of your money, maybe you buy a house if you don't already own one, if that's not part of your debt. Maybe you buy a house if that's your thing. You can rent too. It's up to you. It's your decision. But even if you have enough money to reinvest and then supplement your income, at that point, with no debt, with a nice supplement to your income, maybe it's $1,000 or $2,000 a month, it supplements your income. Thank you, AMC. At that point, you can do something you love for the rest of your life, and it doesn't become so much about working to live. It becomes, or living to work. You're really enjoying your life. Sean Harrigan with the super chat. Let's see what Sean's. Wouldn't the share count be public? So if the shares don't match which shares were purchased, wouldn't that expose the phantom shares and cause the cover? Absolutely, Sean, you are correct in that. But the thing is, and I believe for some reason a lot of people are overlooking it, the phantom shares will not get to vote. Okay, the phantom shares, the only people who get to vote are shareholders on record with AMC. Now, you and I are not shareholders on record with AMC. At least I don't think you are. You probably own your shares through your broker, and your broker is the shareholder on record. Your broker receives all the information from AMC. Your broker sends it to you. You fill it out. You send it back to your broker, and then your broker sends it back into AMC. So only the shareholders on record with AMC will get to vote in the upcoming shareholder meeting, which, unless there's some other thing out there, the strict voting will not will not expose any phantom shares. Montre, thank you very much for the super chat. Montre only bought 1,000 shares today. So Montre is looking at a beautiful $1 million that he just made today when we squeezed to $1,000 per share. And then everything beyond that is additional profit. So Montre just bought $1 million worth of AMC today. I love it. Very well done, Montre. Very well done. That's a good way to look at it. Use the price of the AMC squeeze that you're going to get out at, or the peak of the AMC squeeze is how much you actually bought today. If you think the squeeze is going to go to $100,000 a share, Montre just bought, what, $100 million worth of AMC today. What's your game plan with sharing your attendees to your friends? Leonard, excellent question. The easy answer with that one is I have very few friends, so I'm going to have no problem worrying about that. I don't have very many friends to share AMC with, so that's going to make things easier, but we're going to be, everybody's going to be taken care of. Phineas. That one, thank you very much for the super chat, Phineas. I cannot, in good faith, answer that question, and maybe somebody else can answer that question for you on here. Very interesting question, but I cannot, in good faith, answer that question. So tell your friend I'm sorry. Somebody else might know. Montre, I'm selling 1,000 because I'm skeptical. Hey, Montre, you just got $1 million then. Got to go take it easy. Nick F. Picking up the kid? You already get the kid. I don't know. Nick F. Thank you for staying in here. Have a wonderful day. Phineas. Try, man. Thank you very much, Phineas. I appreciate that. Nick. Everybody say goodbye to Nick F. Dude does this stuff. He's in here as soon as the chat starts. He looks out. Soon hedges will go from brokers to broker. Hey, Carissa. Yes. Montre, I'm already rich, so I don't care, to be honest. I love it, Montre. That snobbiness, I think that you're going to be doing very well because you're in the right place then. Them guys are funny. One of them. FaZe, if you want to take that as a good sign, take it as a sign. There you go. SD says bye, Nick. Pick a little bye. Shadow. I don't want to start none of that. No. None of those weird noises that we got going on in here. We'll keep the weird noises to ourselves and all the sheeses. Jark Maxon, thank you very much for the super chat. Let's see what Jark Maxon has to say. Does it make sense to spread shares between apps so you can still benefit if we see something like Robinhood happen again? Jark Maxon, here's my thoughts on that, man. I will always advocate diversifying your portfolio. And if you're comfortable holding in multiple brokerage accounts, absolutely. I don't see a problem with that at all. I highly, highly doubt that Robinhood will have a problem. I think that they're going to be under a lot of scrutiny, and I think that they would have to be very belligerent if they purposefully did anything. So if you're worried about that, I will always recommend not worrying about your broker. So if you want to use the link below for Webull or somebody else's link for Webull, and you don't have a Webull account at the moment, then, open one up. But, guys, you got to trust your broker. But I have no problem with diversifying, man. If you want a Fidelity account, a Webull account, TD Ameritrade account, Robinhood account, you got your shares spread between 4 of them, just be prepared to click on all of them at the same time. Because the squeeze can happen really fast, so don't be too diversified. Carissa, I believe that was not the case. I will not be shaving my head if it hits 1480. I will lose 14,000 subscribers if I shave my head. So $1,000 a share, we can talk. I don't know. Just the 4 of us can hang out at that point, or 400 of us can hang out at that point. But yeah, I can't risk doing anything at 1480. What if someone pulls something illegal again? Montre, thank you very much for the super chat. If somebody pulls something illegal again, then that's gonna be bad news for them. Here's the deal with that. Claybro, you said you shave your head. I never said that. Everybody else is saying that I should. I don't think they will. I really don't think they will. But there's the chance that they could. And like, was it Jark Maxon? It would make sense in that case to diversify your portfolio across a couple different brokerages in case somebody tried something whack. And we're not here for your hair. Yeah, dude, but it's going to be a goofy. It's going to be goofy if I shave my head. I've done it before. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that, but diversity pays off. What's wrong with shaving your head? I do it every day. Sean Harrigan, nothing's wrong with shaving your head, man. But, dude, I'm not even going to tweet out a picture of what I look like with a shaved head. It's nonsense. It really is. I know you guys know Krillin. Dude, I still have a nose, but it just looks like I'm missing a nose when I shave my head. It looks all weird. I go from looking like I have a normal-sized head to, like, a tiny little head. It's just all nonsense once the hair falls off. I don't know. SEC's watching very closely now. Wilma, it is absolutely watching closely. Click on Alien vs. Predator Dome. It ain't good news, Desert. It ain't good news. Nothing illegal will happen during the squeeze besides the hole. I hope so. I'm hopeful that nothing illegal is gonna happen. I think we're just gonna be too funny. Gee, Desert. It's bad news, man. I don't want you guys running off scared or anything. Uncle Sam wants to squeeze. Uncle Sam does want to squeeze. He wants that tax money. Owe me some money, Montre. Clay, we're gonna get all our money from our shares. Can't wait until the squeeze. I can't wait until the squeeze. You got the right kind of head to go look. What? You have to have the right kind of head to go bald, man. I'm telling you, you have to. Bad news for me. I guess after the squeeze, I could just buy a hat. So, could everything crash? Montre, if we got high enough, yeah, I think that there could be some pretty bad repercussions that come out of the squeeze, but you got to be talking crazy numbers. Like some of these numbers, when people start talking about 50,000 and 100,000, I know 500,000 is kind of a joke, but when you start talking about numbers like that, yeah, we could have some serious repercussions. But I don't think at $1,000 per share or anything close to that, or even on the way up to that, I don't think it's going to cause a major sell-off in the overall stock market or in the global stock markets. Will there be halts during the squeeze? Marcos, I am very confident that there will be halts during the squeeze. Montre with a super chat. Thank you very much. If it hits 100,000, the world ending. Montre, I'm on board with that. The world will have no money left, and we will have the world's money. So, yeah, I'm on board with it being very detrimental if we reach $100,000 per share, which is one of the reasons I don't think it's going to happen, or it's not likely to happen, but it doesn't mean that it can't happen, right? I mean, if everybody doesn't sell their shares like they say, then the price is unlimited. Sean Harrigan with the super chat. Thank you very much. Can't trust Robinhood personally. I'm in them for 20 shares, but I don't want to sell or trade now. I'll be selling them first going up. Sean, no problem with that either, man. If you're thinking that the squeeze is going to happen very soon and you don't want to transfer or anything like that, dude, I think that you're going to be okay. How possible is it AMC splits its stock? What would a stock split do? Jimmy, it's possible AMC splits its stock, but what would a stock split do? So, I mean, I don't see the benefit or the detriment that a stock split would cause. Could there be a fake squeeze? There could be a fake squeeze, but I talked about it earlier. Fake squeeze would most likely trigger a real squeeze, and then that would be good. Montre with another super chat. I feel like it would hit 10K-ish. Montre, I feel like 10K would be extremely, if I think 1,000 is going to be difficult, I think 10K is going to be extremely difficult. But I don't think that the 10K level would be detrimental to the global financial system. I would still feel comfortable at 10K. Anything beyond that, man, I really think is going to be very difficult for us. Clay wrote the tattoo AMC on his forehead if it hits 20 during the squeeze. Carissa, 20? Maybe a temporary tattoo. A temporary tattoo at 50, maybe. Sorry, I'm not talking to the chat. Montre, I have no problem with you not talking in the chat like this. Thank you once again for the super chat. You are more than welcome to have blue chats every time you send something if you would like. That is completely up to you guys. I will absolutely read every super chat that comes by, unless, of course, I accidentally miss it or something like that. But yeah, if you want your chat to be blue, I have no problem with that. AMC will go to 125. Joseph, I think AMC is going to go to 125. Well, the Volkswagen squeeze was in 2008, and Volkswagen was trading at roughly 400 euro prior to squeezing to roughly 1,000 euro, dropped to about 200 euro, and then shot up to the $1,000 mark, or 1,000 euro mark. So yeah, the squeeze was definitely good news, but if you're using multiples, that's like AMC going from $14 to $7 up to $50. It's not something, I think that there's going to be much greater potential for the AMC squeeze. I think the AMC squeeze will happen this month. Very difficult to say. It is easily possible that it happens this month. I would like it to happen on May 26th, but there's just no telling, guys. We have to break through a lot of price walls, and we have to put the hedge funds in a very bad position in order for them to actually cover their positions. There you go, Tom. Plan your exit trade. Plan your exit, and then plan a plan B just in case plan A doesn't work out. Like Baby Jesus is a strong advocate of 100K, yes. But Baby Jesus, please have a plan B if 100K seems unattainable during the squeeze. And don't be afraid to call that audible. If everything's showing that it's over, don't be afraid to call that audible. AMC praying we get 500 to 1,000. Desert, I believe that is achievable. For sure. 5 business days of transfer from Robinhood to Webull. Very good, Marcos. Very good. I don't think that that's like a terribly long time, and I think that's good. Sorry I'm late. What I missed? Oh, you missed a lot so far, man. Jimmy. Lou was saying it will make hedges completely lost their position stock split by AMC. Jimmy. Well, let's think about that, okay? If they split the stock, the hedge funds still owe the same amount of money. So we can talk about that for a second. The hedge funds, if AMC splits their stock, let's say the hedge funds owe 87 million shares right now. They would owe, 194 million shares? Or no. Yeah, 194. Oh, 80. That gets you 160. And then another 14, 174. They would owe 174 million shares after a stock split if it was a 1-for-2. If they did any other multiple, it would be that. But the share of AMC would now be trading at $7 per share instead of $14. So they would still owe the same amount of money in essence, and they would just owe more shares, yes, but their current position, their current profit or loss on their portfolio would not change at all during a stock split. Reverse split would crush the hedgies. Invert it. If they did a reverse split, the price would shoot up to $28, yes. Sorry if I reconnected. My Wi-Fi must have been messing up. If they did a reverse split, yes, the stock price would go up to $28 per share if it was a 1-for-2 multiple. But instead of owing 87 million shares, they would only owe 43 million shares, right? 43 and a half. So they still owe the same amount of money. They owe less shares. They owe more per share, yes. And it still stays relative, like their short interest stays the same, roughly 20% short interest on the stock. Nothing changes at that point. Stock price goes up, but positions in their portfolio stay the same. Positions in your portfolio stay the same. So I don't think that a reverse or regular stock split would do anything to the hedge funds. Unless, of course, they reverse split it, and then everybody didn't realize that it was split, actually split. You see this price is 7 again, and then a mountain of new buyers jumped in thinking the price was actually $7. I mean, that might do something, but they wouldn't really be buying a $7 share of AMC when they could have had two shares. Sean Harrigan, personal plan. I have 4 brokerage accounts, and I sell price for each one. Being in cyber, I have 4 monitors, 1 broker for each during the squeeze. Sean, there is a good plan. He's diversifying not only his positions, he's diversifying his brokers, He's game planned for the day with all 4 monitors, 1 on each. He's got his button on the sell trigger, and he's ready to go when the time comes. He's got it going on. Yeah, Sean's got his plan B, plan C, and plan D ready. He's gonna get apes through the squeeze due to legal issues. I don't think you guys can lead us. That would take a harder time. Well, here's the deal. Nobody can tell you when to sell, right? That's the only thing that I can't do. I can't tell you when to sell. I can't give you advice on when to buy or when to sell or what to do with your money. But every single one of us can point out what's going on. I can say, well, volume's at this. This could indicate this. Shares are at this right now. This is the price. Hedge funds could be losing this much money right now. All of that stuff is not advice. That's not actually leading you. I would hope that just because I sold a position, you wouldn't sell a position. Or just because I said to do something, you wouldn't do it. But we can all day long point out what's going on, where these trades are at, where the prices are at, what this could mean. And then I want all 405 of you in here, I want every single person in here to be confident enough to pull that trigger and close out their positions, knowing that they did what's right for them and what they did is best for them. It's all right if we don't time this squeeze perfect, if we don't time the peak perfect and all of that. Guys, you can never time the market, okay? You can never time it perfect. And if I'm going to tell you that I can pull the top peak, I'd be lying to you. If anybody else said the same thing, should I pre-order your yacht? Montre, yes. And you should get bro written right down the side of it and then make it a bro yacht and send me a picture and I'll tweet it out. I think that would be excellent. That is not financial advice. That's life advice. And I think that would be a very cool yacht to have. A nice big yacht with bro written on the side of it. Oh my gosh. Wings on you, Black. All right. We can have some wings. Can you talk about what the ICC 007 thing means for the AMC? Andrew, I didn't get to study that much today. I was looking at the 13F that Citadel filed. But I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem for these hedge funds to go out and find liquidity and be able to keep their portfolios fine. So I don't think it's going to have a huge impact on the squeeze or on the price of AMC or the margin calls at this point. Jonathan Jackson, thank you for the super chat. What do we got by Jonathan Jackson? How do you spot selling on the way down rather than selling during a consolidation phase? Exactly, Jonathan. If you were looking for an answer on that, that is what makes it so difficult. Guys, if you're trying to sell on the way down, you might be hitting a first peak on the way up, right? You might be, if we make it to 1,000, I like to use the number 1,000, right? It's a very, very optimistic number, and it's an obtainable number, but it's very optimistic, so I use it a lot. But we could be talking the squeeze goes to 500 too. It goes to 5,000. There's a lot of different numbers and a lot of different things that can happen. But let's say we squeeze to 1,000 and then we drop all the way back down to 700. Everybody that had 1,000 shares in their portfolio became millionaires and they took that money. We drop back down to $700 a share. Well, a lot of people might think that 1,000 was the peak. Now it's time to get out. And all of a sudden, none of those hedge funds have been covered and they're still buying shares, and we rip all the way up to 1,800 a share. You can never, that's why it's so difficult to find on the way down. And that means that you actually did time the peak perfectly and you knew it was the peak, but it's going to be very difficult to do. And I don't want anybody to get caught up in the situation like they made a mistake, and because nobody's perfect when it comes to trading. BH, can you discuss conflicting articles by MarketWatch? One article said the squeeze is imminent the next couple of days. The next article said run away from AMC, expecting fake squeeze soon. BH, I will discuss this, yes. There's a lot of people that believe the squeeze is going to happen. There's a lot of people that believe the squeeze is not going to happen. They are trying their best to get viewers on both because they are a media company And they've got their own subscription services and all of that they try to get out there. So they're trying to appease one crowd and they're trying to appease the other crowd. So they'll put out an article today on this. They'll put out an article saying the exact opposite thing the next day, knowing that you and I are going to read this one and everybody else is going to read this one. And we might read this one too and be mad about it. So we might share that one. And they're just trying to get as many views as possible because AMC is a very hot subject and a lot of people are jumping onto it. Some guy knows that 100 was the peak. Trust me, $100 could be the peak if everybody folds early. I highly doubt that everybody's going to fold that early, though. Sean, thank you for the super chat. What's Sean got to say? No different than the analysts on CNBC, CNN, Fox. You're just more real and with more of the common man, not the yuppies watching it. Yes, that's why I'm here. Sean, that's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to make sure that everybody knows as much as they can and make their own decisions about what's going on with AMC. A lot of people take my sense of realism as a sense of bearishness. And they said that, they say that I'm spreading FUD or I'm saying something like this or that, and they don't like it. But, guys, some people might have false hope when you think that we can go to some crazy prices that would literally destroy the global financial system. It's hard to think that there's a lot of people that believe that. But yeah, I'm trying to make sure that everybody knows that yes, it could absolutely go ridiculous, but a 100x squeeze is still an amazing move, guys. When you can make 100 times your money during a short squeeze, that's still an excellent move. Don't think that it's not. Sounds like we have a lawyer to fight the good fight. You can kick rock. Thank you very much. What is that, Jeremy? Thank you very much. No one talks about Citadel exercising their calls. Hey, I'm okay with Citadel exercising their calls, though, because they're over-leveraged on their put positions, and they can exercise their calls all day long if they want. They're still going to be losing out on their puts in a very heavy way. They've got a lot more puts than they do calls. And then I know they're heavily shorted, too, which doesn't show up in the 13F. Great day, Cleep, up to great work. Going to the AMC. Thank you very much, Desert. You have a great day as well. Matt. Everybody's mad around here, aren't they? Dean, did he? What's going on with it? Anything more corrupt than we previously anticipated? Exaggerated Doge to $1. Still waiting. I'm still waiting on Doge to go to $1 too. I'm not mad. Good, M. James. I appreciate that. I think midday is a good day to buy. I think any time of day is a good time to buy as long as you're at the price that you want to see. 25K floor. I would love to see it, Vicious. I would love to see it. Just dumbing it down. Just dumbing it down. Good. Some people, I love that. 100K floor, baby. Let's go. All right. Hey, so we're going to pretty much end this live stream here. It's already getting pretty late. 5:30. Well, actually a little later than 5:30 now. Let's see. Tonight's video. Probably be one video tonight. Should it be kind of talking about the 13F by Citadel and kind of explaining why it's nothing to be worried about, kind of what we can draw from the 13F and stuff like that? Or I know a lot of people are still confused about the share count that could be happening on June 2nd. Everybody's saying 007. I'm going to have to do some more research before I get this video out then. All right, I'll look that up then. And if I can get something pretty quick together, if I can't get something pretty quick together on the 007, I might have to get that out tomorrow morning, or that might have to be tomorrow's video. Do I have an options video? At this point, I do not have an options video, but a lot of people keep asking for that. I think that would be a very good video to make. I should do one on options as well. I think that would be a pretty good video to make. All right, well, 007 is spoken. Here's the deal. As we sign off, guys, if you're brand new in here, if you just subscribed today, if you want a little shout out or whatever, make sure to tell me you're new. Make sure to tell me you subscribed. And I'll try to shout your name out as we're signing off. But I don't know. Follow me on Twitter. I got a brand new Twitter. I need some people to follow me on Twitter. Still learning it, so don't expect too much. Weeble, if you're not signed up already, I think that's about it. OnlyFans, no OnlyFans at this point. Get your reading glasses on, brother. Yeah, Wilma, I'm gonna have to do some real quick reading. Take it easy, take it easy. Good night. Good night, Lauren. Dean, you have a good night, man. Shout out AMC. There you go. Sean just subscribed. Thank you very much. Twitter most obviously. All right, sweet. Phineas, bye. Have a great day, Phineas. I will try to get the video out as soon as possible, guys. But thank you so much for stopping by, hanging out. Now you know by now. If you want to stay with me, stay with me. Until the next time, I hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.